Welcome back, frenemies. Episode 78. Man, week 2 was ugly for our local 757 league, except for me and Joe. We did pretty good. But let's recap our week 2 matchups, and a lot of it's going to be repetitive with some serious injury concerns for all of our league mates here. So let's jump right into the matchup that I want to talk about the most against one of the friendliest guys in our league, Leroyce. I beat Leroyce this week, scoring the league high points there. Leroyce, man, you got to... I'm sorry about Cortland Sutton. That kind of hurts you, and you got to try to figure out a wide receiver 2 flex combo to help kind of carry you over there. You got a solid team, buddy, but he had Miller from the Bucks in that lineup.
Scotty Miller, that didn't work out.
Scotty Miller, I was like, ooh, did he really hope for that? I was like, that did not help.
And then a big trade while we're talking about Leroyce here.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No, what happened?
Tim and Leroyce had a trade. So Devin Singletary for Corey Davis.
So Singletary
Tim
going
lost-
to Tim?
No. Tim
Oh.
got Singletary. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tim got Singletary and Leroyce got Corey Davis.
So it's funny because
Probably to replace that Scotty Miller.
yeah, and then the nickname for Devin Singletary from Leroyce was Devin from Devin. Definitely the wrong choice, and they traded the wrong choice away. So that's kind of funny.
Might have to change its Miller time
It's that's probably the only reason why he picked him up off waivers,
just so he could
just to use that one. And I won't talk about me. Aaron Jones helped me out a ton this week. I totally outscored what my
That
projection
just
was.
proves why you're good at fantasy. Because you remember the podcast episode 3 weeks ago when we were
Yeah,
like,
it's like
Aaron Jones, dude,
You're
what were you
screwed.
thinking?
Screwed. Well,
You should've
hopefully-
gotten Jonathan Taylor, man.
hopefully a couple more weeks of
I
that.
would
And he
still
helped
take
me
Jonathan
out
Taylor.
catching and receiving. Hard part, well, let's talk about you here. So
Yes, that's exactly what I want to talk about.
Tidewater Turtles beating the commish over here. Sean, why no kicker?
Yep.
I like turtles.
Ooh, I like turtles.
Turtles
this year.
took me
in
out.
right in the.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have to work hard. He scored 88 points, and
It was
he
a
beat me
low
by
scoring
14,
game.
So it was. Yeah, I'm done with Wentz, man. Screw that dude. I mean, dude, what the heck?
That's just a bad
He's
situation.
been in
in
2
Philly.
great game scripts. I don't get it, man. He looks great at times, but he's bad for fantasy. So he's probably going to be on the waiver wire if anybody wants him.
You don't feel like you not starting a kicker this week?
No, so
did
that's
anything?
that's the big storyline that I'm sure everybody wants to hear about. I decided to have a peaceful protest.
Peaceful.
That I would not start a kicker this week because I don't want
kickers next
I
year.
don't want kickers in this league. Now, apparently, my team did not agree with this protest because they all sucked.
Oh man.
So I didn't lose out on my gamble because it wouldn't have mattered. I actually tracked. I was going to pick up Jake Elliott. He sucked. I would have gotten like 4 points from the thing, maybe even less.
Yeah.
And what I would have had to do was I was going to drop Noah Fant. And I'm very glad I have Noah Fant on my team right
you
now.
kept him.
So
And
it may be an 0-2 start, but I feel really, really, really good about my team. But that's kind of the story of my fantasy career in this league.
you know, little advice thrown out to the turtle accountant himself.
The Turtle Accountant.
I might be looking at starting Jonnu Smith in the flex if I were you.
Yeah.
I mean, Hayden Hurst getting a lot of volume in there. You got Jonnu on the bench with 22. I mean, still one in there, but I've seen with a lot of these injuries, I've seen a lot of people suggesting going double tight ends in lineups.
Yeah.
So not a bad look there. So he got the victory. Then we got Dr. James
Yeah, why don't you take this one, Ryan?
beating Ryan.
And that was
Where's that crown now?
Possible victory. I mean, Tim had Paris and Saquon go down, and I was like, like I've got it in the bag. And then Dak scores 39 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of helps when you're.
Yeah. Brady
quarterback.
scored 8. Oh, I'm so mad.
Yeah, your quarterback you picked in with the 10th round scores less
Not the
than
new
double
Peyton
digits.
Manning on the Broncos.
And-
Different situation.
And Tim, I got to give it to you, man. You know, I know you're trying to replace Barkley in their running backs position there, RB1, but you got a 3-headed monster in Dak, Kelsey, and now Ridley.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! So I know you're panicking.
I texted Tim and I was like, Tim, I think the new projection for Calvin Ridley is 25 touchdowns. And then he scored 2 more after I said that.
It's ridiculous. So I don't feel as bad for you losing Barkley. So your season is definitely not over with those 3 guys.
O-line was going to kill him anyways.
He didn't do anything in
gonna
week 1
die.
anyways, too. So, and Ryan, you started Snell for negative 1.4.
Okay.
I just had to throw that in there.
Never watching local analysis ever again. I was on TV like right before the game, and this local guy says the Steelers are going hot hand with Benny Snell and James Conner, and they didn't.
They said,
They did
James
it.
Conner, you're our starter, and after you
man.
fumbled Benny Snell, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, was this something? Honest question. Did you guys see that coming with Benny Snell that he was just going to go back to the bench?
I honestly think that, what's his name? Tomlin. I mean, he told us that Connor was the starter all along, and then Connor got hurt. And we kind of saw that as like a fake hurt.
Yeah.
And but I think it really was they didn't need him in the rest of that game, and he was fine, and Connor played great. And
Connor was running mad.
Tomlin obviously is one of those that, you fumble, you pay. So
I mean, look
that
what
means
happened.
Snell was out.
Look what happened to Rojo in Tampa. I mean, that's old school coaching mentality. You're out, Fournette in, and it went off there. And I traded Fournette to freaking Leroy.
Yeah, I mean, my heart goes out to Tim. Losing Saquon is a big deal. I know he'd want me to mention this, but you can do it, Tim. Like, honestly, don't give up.
No, you're
like
still
he's already
good.
making moves. Like we said,
the best,
he's getting
He's one of
Singletary.
the best managers in our league.
Yeah, very good manager
He can
there.
come back from this. He won the league last year. Now Saquon was a huge part of it in the end, but he missed Saquon for a lot of that, and then he was bad when he had that high ankle sprain. So
Yep. So let's move on to another matchup. We had Mike. All right, the other Sean Rock beating Soul Juice. Andy, you are no longer Andy. You're just Soul Juice.
I really wanted Andy to win.
That was only an 8-point victory. Both guys were under 100, so it was not sexy at all. But Mike, you will name your first son Russell, or AKA the Dolphin trainer, because Russell Wilson is on fire right now.
he's MVP for sure right now.
Oh, definitely. Like 33 points from Russell Wilson. I mean, the rest of your team might have underperformed outside of D-Hop, and Eckler got some things because their game went in overtime. And, so that was just a tough little victory. And Aaron Rodgers only getting 18 points is kind of hard for you, Andy. I mean, they were winning so much he didn't have to throw. So that kind of stinks there in a matchup. And then also Gronk and Will Fuller, Andy. It's tough, man.
It's
not knowing
Gronk
about
is
that.
done, dude. Drop him.
Drop Gronk. Will Fuller just ghosted and then returned back in the game and got nothing. So you lost by 8 points. This is what probably stings the most, Andy. You lost by 8 with 2 guys in your lineup scoring 0. Right? Like Mike did not deserve the win.
Yeah.
You just had 2 zeros in your starting lineup. That has to hurt. I'm sorry for you there, buddy. And then let's go to the top 2 guys really in our league, and Joe and Phil. So Joe takes out Phil.
They lived up to the hype here, 123 to 143.
It was a good matchup.
Joe took it. Luckily, McCaffrey, before he went out, gave his parting gift of 22 points, so that always helps.
So, I mean, what are you going to do with CMC, man? You got 4 to 6 weeks possibly having to fill that hole there. But guess what, Josh Allen? He's doing plenty for you at that quarterback spot. And then, Phil, you had a rough week here with Hollywood and Mark Andrews.
Yeah, that's really it. If they had, been more explosive on offense and those 2 weapons were used.
Yeah, and Mark
Phil-
Andrews had a
Phil
normal
scores
day.
150 again.
Yeah,
So.
normal day for Mark Andrews. So that was just a weird day for both those targets.
They're not giving him snaps, man. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Nick Boyle's on the field. It's stupid.
Yeah, you see him catch passes like touchdown. Like that was Boyles at the 1. What the world? And then last but not least, I love this matchup because David always puts a little jab at Morgan. But David,
You came close, Morgan.
very close. He needed all 8.3 points from Jared Cook last night to beat Morgan.
Yeah.
But prayer request there, Reverend David, for Devontae Adams. So his injury.
Or as this was off air, but we
Yeah.
have a new nickname from Ryan. We had DJ Metcalf, and now we have Devontae Packer.
That's what we called him. Like, Devontae Packer's hamstring. We're like, what?
I mean, he's not wrong. He is Devontae, and he is a Packer. So
Yeah. Going in. So
Logic.
yeah, David there hoping Devontae Adams is
gonna
not
say it all the
sidelined.
time.
Devontae Packer is not sidelined. We do in the other podcasts where people are like, what the heck? They're not going to understand what we're saying.
Devontae Packers.
And Morgan, your team just needs Derrick Henry to find the end zone. 2 weeks, no touchdowns for
he's
Derrick
upset
Henry.
with him. He texted me, and he was like, giving me love for James Robinson, who I'm psyched about.
I was trying to get him from you in trades. Still trying.
Still trying. But Derrick Henry, he's obviously a little scared. It's really just the touchdowns. Touchdowns are going to come, bud.
The volume's
I know
all there. All the touches are there.
It's the O-line, too.
Yeah.
That's the other part of it, is that O-line is not as good as it was last year.
And they're trusting Tannehill, so he's probably getting 10 less touches. But when they got in the red zone, it was Tannehill time. Corey Davis, Jonnu Smith,
Yeah.
they can trust the passing game, which is great for regular football for Tennessee Titan fans in that franchise. But us very selfish fantasy owners hate it when our running backs don't get touchdowns.
Yep.
So anything else you want to throw in there, Kamish or Ryan, about our week 2 league mates or week 2 news for our league
you were
mates?
going to win the league last week, Ryan. What's your projection for
Yeah.
your team after this week?
A little hopeful with Mike Evans, but
The Brady's gone.
Are you starting
gone.
Benny Snell this
Dude.
week? Okay, cool.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with my team. I'm not happy with any of them, really.
I don't know if you guys will hear this before waivers go through, but, I'm excited to see what waivers are like. If you listen to the main podcast, you'll see our thoughts and probably steal all of our stuff. But
I put like 1 or 2 in, and I keep going back and forth if I have to adjust the
yeah,
fab.
I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have at least 5 claims in there, like just as backup plans.
It's really fun to see all the bids and see how much.
Who do you
spend.
think's the big spender? Who's the one that spends over 100? Because I think
Royce?
it might happen this
Every
week.
year.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Every year.
Oh,
Royce.
I think it's gonna be Tim, because
I-
there's some
but I
options
think
there to
he's
help
smarter
fill
than
that
that.
spot. He might spend a little bit higher than you think, and I think
Is
Joe
McKinnon
might do
available?
the
I can't
same.
even remember.
No,
No, he's.
I've looked.
Took McKinnon, right?
I've looked.
I think Tim has him.
Oh, then
Yeah.
he was prepared with that. That's
Yeah.
nice for him.
I don't know. I think Tim or Joe, just because of their
Nope.
stars.
Actually, I'm seeing it right here. Just put on the trading block 3 hours ago. Leroyce, Jarek McKinnon.
Hey,
So
what's
Tim,
up,
you can go
Leroyce?
trade for Jarek McKinnon.
How you doing? I'm coming for
This
you because
trading
most
block this
are.
year is bonkers, and I love it. You guys are like
Leroyce's whole team is always on the trade.
He's always trading. I love it. It's
way more this
awesome.
year, though, right? Everyone's like trading block.
Well, once
One
they
bad
figured
game,
out the
trading
trade
block.
like, did we not
I
know the
haven't even-
trade block last year?
I don't
think we used
Sleeper's done some work.
it. This year, everybody's putting players up.
I love it though.
It's
That
hilarious.
makes it just easy to go. Oh, you actually want this person to
Yeah.
be traded away? Great, I'll make an offer for him.
Leroyce, look in your DMs. I'll be sliding in here later.
Chris does like to slide into those.
All right, guys, that's everything we got for you this week, man. We just want to talk a little recap, talk a little trash. Love you guys, man. We're going to see what week 3 brings to our league. Anything else?
Deshaun Jackson is on the trading block.
All right, man.
that's it, guys.
See you guys. Deuces, Tim.